Oh, hi there. Didn't see you. I was just reading Pride and Prejudice. You know what really got me? That Mr. Darcy fellow. He's just full of... He's a character. He's one of the main characters, actually. He symbolizes a lot of great things. It's kind of in the title, like... Pride. Mr. Darcy also represents the theme of the book. And Pride and Prejudice has a couple themes. Like, it's just a ton of them. But my favorite is love. You got 3 different types of love in this book. You got one that's kind of lust between Mr. Wickham and Lydia. Mr. Collins and Charlotte is her name. And then you got, they just settled. That wasn't really love. That was just, oh, I want to settle down. And then you got the real love, which is Miss Bennet and Mr. Darcy. They really loved. It took some time, though. It took some time. They loved each other, though. Don't get me wrong. But at first they hated each other. And so on and so on. The relationship grew. They got married. Who would have guessed? And then Mr. Darcy as a character, he just develops so much to this story. He goes from that quiet, shy, and he's really self-centered. He just bundles it up right here. And when he does that, he just comes off really mean and rude. And sometimes he's even rude to Elizabeth. And at the end, around in the 300s on this book, he loves her. He's a loving, caring, and he's just a good husband for Elizabeth. I wouldn't want it any other way. And then we get to his symbolism. As I said earlier, he symbolizes pride. Pride and Prejudice. Coincidence? I think not. And when he symbolizes pride, he is so prideful. You do not understand. He's so prideful. And when he's prideful, that's when he hurts people. And Elizabeth is like, you know what? If he judges my pride, I'm going to judge his. That's not a quote. Don't take it right from the book. But he's so prideful. And then you get to his tone. His tone all throughout the book. He's just, That's all he is. I mean, he says a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. He just didn't go, the entire book. But he's just pretty much, He don't care. He just doesn't care about it. Until the end, where I said, the 300s in my book, my copy. That's where he cares. He cares. He even cares enough to let Elizabeth marry him. At the beginning of the book, you'll be like, girl, Elizabeth, no. Wrong road. Whoop, 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 don't go. By the end of the book, you're like, Elizabeth, go on. Marry the boy. And they get married. But let's go back to love. Love, love, love. Between Mr. Wickham and Lydia. Should I even call that love? That ain't love. They are just so lustful. That's what it is. That's my word. Word of the day is lustful. And when we do that, they just run off during this military ball. And they're like, I'm getting eloped. No, Lydia. That's bad, Lydia. And you know what? They have to catch him. They catch him in London. And who even decides to run away from their parents in the 19th century? You're crazy. And then it's just a really, really hard situation with him. And Mr. Collins and Charlotte's like, oh, I'm just going to settle down right here. I don't want to really look for anyone. I don't blame her. I mean, he's pretty well off for a preacher. Like, I just want to settle down. I don't want nothing more, nothing less, just to be a happy housewife. And there you have it, the mystery of Mr. Darcy. What's the tea with Mr. Darcy? I'm done.